Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the Kashif Booth podcast. If you're new here, each week I sit down with a guest and we discuss their career so far, the highs, the lows, and what's next for them. Today's guest is Michael Ajih. He is an actor and the comic connoisseur himself. Welcome to the show, Michael.
Thank you, and thank you for inviting me. Yes, hello everyone. My name is Michael Ajih, and I am the comic connoisseur.
See, this is what I'm saying. Like, the ultimate comic connoisseur. Listen, guys, like, I've known Michael for, I think, 3 years this year.
Yeah.
It is 3 years. It is. Because it's just, I don't know, pandemic makes things very
blurry,
hazy and whatever. So it's like, because I met you through Tash, filmmaker Tash, aka Natasha Adams, and she reached out to me and was like, oh, I'd love to work with you on this comic connoisseur show that we're doing. So I was like, yeah, sure. And if you're an OG listener, I had Natasha on as my very first guest of my podcast back in 2021. Wow. So yes. So it's like a full circle moment as well.
Wow.
Yes. And so she told me about this show, what we was doing, and she sent me the show you had on Facebook Watch.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm down. Let's do this. This sounds great. And just to see black people talking about comics. And I remember, I think I watched what you had done about Black Panther. Yeah. And I learned so much about Black Panther prior to obviously the movie because I didn't know about it. But it was like, wow, this is so amazing. So yeah, hell yeah, I want to do this. And we met up at Natasha's studio in somewhere in East London because I know it's far from me, and we just brainstormed ideas and we just were working towards that show. But unfortunately, that didn't get to happen. I can't remember why now.
I don't remember why either, to be honest with you. I just know pandemic happened, and from the pandemic, things just got, is it going to happen? Is it going to happen? And it happened.
I do remember, actually, because do you remember we was going to shoot early 2021?
Yes.
And we had a studio and you had your guests, was going to come on the show and stuff. And I think they just got scared. That was it. They got scared because it was like a lockdown again.
Oh yeah.
That's what it was. And
yes, it was, yeah.
People, they were just scared about safety precautions and stuff like that, which is fine. But yeah, that's what killed the show. And it was like, okay, cool. We'll just do
Put
this.
it on pause for now.
Yeah, and I think it's just been like pause indefinitely.
Yeah.
But so as we're continuing this season all about actors, Michael is an actor and a comic connoisseur. Guys, he is the ultimate cosplayer, I'd say, because like he's at every Marvel premiere. Like, I hate this. Like, why are you there? Like, why am I not there?
It's not Marvel alone. It's also any comic book movie that comes out as a movie. I'm invited to the red carpet. I'm there.
See, guys, he's about this life. Like, see, he's a big guy. He's big, he's very big.
Look, there's a lot of people that enjoy comic books just like I do. I just happen to just be more eccentric about it, but I just enjoy it. I talk about comics from like the actual origins, from the actual comic books to cosplaying to what's out in animation, out in film, TV shows, even like the t-shirts, the little geeky stuff that people wear. Even today, I'm wearing an anime hoodie. So
yeah, even when I met you, I think he was wearing like Killmonger's chain or something like that. And I was like, what? Which was great because I was like, I want that. Killmonger is my favorite villain anyway. If you can call him that. So
well, yeah, I like Killmonger is because the way he was portrayed by Michael B. Jordan in the film, the way he portrayed him is like everyone can relate to where he's coming from. So his anger may be misplaced and driven to revenge and everything, but it's justified means.
Yeah, but at the same time, he couldn't get revenge on Black Panther's dad because he died.
Exactly. So
it just got shifted to the son, his first cousin.
Yeah. So it's tough. But yeah, the day I met you, I was just wanting to wear a black look, and I went, the necklace will go with it.
Nice. So where does your passion and love from comics come from? Like, because you have a huge following online. Yeah. You've gone viral many times. Yeah. So like, where does it come from?
It started from my dad when he, if those that remember Christopher Reeve's Superman, the classic Superman films, when it came on ITV, he sat me down and watched it with me, and I think he was happy because this is the time where he gets me to be quiet, and I was just stunned just looking at it, and I was watching the whole movie from beginning to end. We recorded it on the VCR. Those that remember that, we had the VCR, and I was just watching that over and over again. Then one day, my mum, she asked me to go to the corner shop to get her plum peel tomatoes, onions, this stuff for, you know, Sunday dinner. And I saw a Superman comic in the corner shop, and I was so stunned and amazed. And I went to the guy, I know I haven't got enough money here to buy it, but is it possible that I can come back and just give you the rest of my money to pay for that though? And the guy gave me the comic, and I came back the following day with my school money to pay for it, because now keep it. Like, this is on you. This is on me. So you can have it.
Wow.
That was my first ever introduction to comic books. I'm dyslexic, so I couldn't read. So I was looking at the pictures, and eventually, just looking at the pictures so often, I forced myself to read, to understand what's going on in that story. And that's what helped me with my grammar, my punctuation, my spelling, and everything like that. Yeah, so that's what... And from there, it was like a healthy hobby, because, yes, there was times I was playing computer games, but it helped me take me to a whole different world, where reading these comic books, seeing what's going on with Superman, The Flash, Green Lantern, the Fantastic Four, even Iron Man, Thor, all these characters, just how they were living life and going through things, and what they were dealing with, and how it's so different from what I'm experiencing. It was, for me, it was phenomenal. It was great, and I wanted to know all about it. So yeah, that's how my love of comics grew.
Nice. So could you give like a rough number? How many comic books do you think you have
Currently
at home?
Currently right now, sitting at home, 57,000.
Wow. Okay. Wow. So how much do you think in total are your comic books worth?
That's literally, put it this way, if I got 57,000, times that by maybe 4, maybe 5, I know I got over 100 bags of comics.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, do you think 7 figures?
Yeah. Calm.
Dang.
Calm. I've been collecting comics since I was 7.
Wow.
I'm literally like, man, I'm 37 now. So yeah, that's 30 years of collecting.
Wow. I just love your passion for it. So, can you answer this question? And do you think you can answer it? Because it's probably a question you hate. But who is your favorite superhero, or what is your favorite comic?
Okay. I can answer that. What my favorite comic is The Legend of Adam Bashir, Blue Marvel. It's a 6-issue miniseries written by Kevin Gravel. Brilliant story. Love it. Basically, Blue Marvel is a black superhero that basically he got exposed to antimatter, and America didn't like the fact there was a black superhero during the time of the civil crisis, like between... Basically, it's a racial thing going on at the time, but they didn't know he was a black superhero until something big happened. So yeah, I don't want to go in detail about it, but guys, read that story. It's very interesting. Now, as for my favorite superheroes, or favorite superhero, it's quite hard because I have 3.
Okay.
So The Flash, Wally West version, brilliant guy. I like how he uses or interprets the power of basically the Speed Force, how he uses it in comparison to Barry Allen. Then also Spider-Man, Miles Morales.
Yes.
Yeah.
Facts. Can't wait for the sequel to come out.
Trust me. Of course, that's coming out during the summer.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm looking forward to being to that premiere for that one. I already got a suit coming in the...
Well, if you do... get a +1, like I've been telling you this.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, so and I'm still like seeing all these premieres. I'm like, so where was I?
Don't worry, I got a suit coming up for that one as well.
Okay.
Yeah, like for the film, I got that actual suit. You see my suits.
Yeah, but Miles Morales, that black is
yeah.
And
last but not least, Spawn is my other superhero. He's from Image Comics.
Oh, okay. I've heard of him. Okay.
So yeah, it's funny. I got one from DC, one from Marvel, and one from Image. So it's different comic book publishers, but yeah. Nice.
So like when you see, like you said, The Flash. So when you see like the show The Flash, that's in its final season.
Thank God.
And then I mean, look, I've never really been sold on the show, so I've never really watched it. And then you've got the upcoming film with Ezra Miller. Now, I personally feel like that film should be cancelled because of his erratic, crazy behavior, what he's been doing, beating up people in other countries and having these crazy episodes.
Yeah.
But that film is still being released. But yeah, Will Smith is still kind of in cancellation after the slap.
Yeah.
So what are your thoughts on that? Like, are you excited to watch the film with Ezra Miller? Like, where's your mind in at that?
Okay. The story they're doing is based off one of my favorite stories from The Flash, which is Flashpoint. I'm excited for the film. I'm not denying that. But let's be realistic now. If that was someone of color, he won't be having that film out.
But we're seeing it with Will Smith. We're seeing it. So.
Look at it this way, yeah. Will Smith is now he's not allowed to enter the Oscars for the next 10 years. Or whatsoever, and people are making fun of him or jokes about it or whatsoever, or gifts, whatever he's saying. It's neither here or there. I'll be honest with you, if that was someone of color, personally, I feel personally that film will be cancelled quick.
Because you saw how they cancelled, what was it? Was it Wonder Woman? No. What was the one they cancelled the other day? It was going to be on HBO Max.
Oh, Batgirl. You mean?
Yeah. Batgirl got cancelled swiftly. Like,
yeah, I don't know what was behind that, but yeah, that one they said no, they're not going to go on further with that. But it was finished.
Finished.
And I went raw. But you know, it's neither here there. It's their decision. Whatever goes on, like the board, the chairman, people must have made the decision for their particular reason. I'm looking forward to seeing it. Nonetheless, whatever is going on outside of that, you know what I mean? When I saw the trailer, I was excited. It got me exhilarated. I was thinking to myself, okay, let's see what's this about. It's like even funny enough, last week I done a breakdown at Digital Cinema Media about the comparison of what's coming out in the film and what it's like in the comic, and why there is two different Batmen. So you see Batfleck and you see Michael Keaton's Batman. Why they divulge into that, and I went into detail about that. They went, oh my god, they couldn't believe it, because most people, when they see a comic book film now, they feel like, oh, this is getting too extravagant, this is going too far. There's 80 years, because comics, let's be realistic now, comic books, superhero comics, started back in 1938 from Superman, and that's nearly 80 years of history of superheroes in general. You understand? So of course it's going to get much more detailed, but it's neither here or there.
Yeah, it's true. So how have you been able to take your passion as a comic book nerd, right, to having a career? Like, how have you been able to do that? Because it's not easy.
Nah, I'm not denying that. I'll be honest with you, I was just focused on acting. And it was difficult for me because obviously I'm in a competitive market. I'm not competing against like 5 people. I'm competing against at least, let's say, 1,000 other people similar that have probably better type of acting prowess than me, or less better acting prowess, or whatsoever, or you know, through nepotism. So I thought to myself, what will make me more different? What will make me stand out? And believe it or not, everyone has a personality. Everyone has passions about things. People are like got careers that focus on one thing, but they don't know what they do outside of that. So I thought, why not share that, or show it, or display it? And yeah, that passion now has somehow funded me. It's mad. Yeah,
but that's good, because I understand, like, being a freelancer, especially being an actor, you need to be ready for any audition, any rehearsal, any callback, and you might not even get the job. You're not getting paid for these auditions as well. That's the thing as well. So you still need to make money. So for you to be able to do 2 things that you're passionate about at the same time is great, and it's so unique, because like people don't really get that, you know. And you've been able to go on and work with the likes of Lad Bible, as I said before, Facebook Watch, you had your show on there as well. So like, how did those come about?
So with Lad Bible, so with Facebook Watch, basically, there was someone I was working with, and she happened to get in contact, reach out to them, and they went, "Sure, let's do it and see what happens," because it was like the program they was doing with a bunch of other content creators and see what they can do, and we had to come up with workshop an idea for a show, and see what happens with it and where it comes from and what can we do. I was ready for the word go. So this program that we're doing, I said, okay, cool. We had to book studio time. Okay, what's the idea? How about this? How about that? How about this? Michael, can we script this? I already know it. It's in my head. I already know it. Let's do this. It's in my head. I already knew everything. I can say guaranteed, I probably maybe 32 plus episodes. And everything was just all freestyled. And we're just lucky enough to get guests that wanted to join or be involved. So it was to my advantage. I was happy because I got to talk about comics, sat there and talk about comics. Sometimes I phone friends that you want to come on my show because I know you're doing this, but yeah, we can just collaborate and do this together. Okay, sure. Bang. Episode done. It was very easy with Lad Bible now. That was very funny because they saw what I did with James Corden on the James Corden show.
See, look at that. You're on with James Corden's late night show.
That's another interesting one, but we'll get to that one. But basically, they saw what I was doing on the James Corden show and they went, oh, great. We'd like to collaborate with you. Would you like to come here with your friend? And me and my friend, Scott, we did it together. I know Scott from working going to the comic book shop when I was on my lunch break from work, collecting my comics, and every single so often I was going there during my lunch break, and that's how me and him became friends. And Lad Bible wanted us to do something together, like DC versus Marvel. It was funny because I was more of a DC head, he was more of a Marvel head, and they said, "Yeah, Michael, you're a Marvel person, he's a DC person." And we went, "What? Okay, let's go with that." And yeah, with the Late Late Show with James Corden now, that was interesting because they were shooting it in my comic book shop at the time where I was working in central London, and they told me about, yeah, Michael, would you want to be involved in this skit? And I went, what? Yeah, just sign this NDA and everything, and yeah, get involved in it. And I was like, okay, let's do this.
Of course.
So I didn't think nothing much of it. Then when I saw the footage, I went, I'm actually in the skit from beginning to end. Man's getting interviewed with James Corden. Man's meeting other people. Man's showing my cosplay that I did a Cyclops. Heck, I'm with one of the Lannister girls. Myself, I was like, oh, not Lannister girls. Stark girls.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Right.
I can't remember her names, but I just know her as Sansa Stark. Yeah, from Game of Thrones at the time. But I was just there. I was like, oh my god, this is Sophie Turner. That's her name.
Oh yeah. Yes. Oh, from Game of Thrones.
Okay, yeah, Sophie Turner. I was standing with her, and we just. I'm there standing. And I think to myself, oh wow, I'm taking a picture with her right now. And all that time, James Corden wasn't even taking a picture of us. He just took a picture of himself.
Oh,
and that was interesting because I thought that'd be interesting in the skit. But yeah.
Well, and then you recently had an amazing moment on the red carpet with Jonathon Majors at the premiere of the Ant-Man and Wasp Quantumania?
Yeah.
Yes. What was that like? Because it was a very just a full circle moment, Black love, Black brotherhood.
That was an amazing. I would say this is the highlight of my 2023 so far because Jonathon Majors is an amazing actor.
Yes.
And I got invited to go to the premiere, and I thought, okay, cool. I didn't expect anything. Usually the stars would come up to us and show a quick picture with us, and the studio would take a picture, the show us we're together stuff. But when Jonathon Majors saw me now, because my can cosplay, by the way, it is dope.
I saw it. Yes, it looked amazing. If we had video, I would show in the edit, this is Michael right here.
Shout out to Troy, by the way. Thanks for that. I do appreciate you making that suit for me. But Troy is a very talented cosplay maker as well as a cosplayer. But yeah, when he saw me now, you can see he was like, oh! And I was like, hey! And he's like, nah. And I put my hands out, my arms outstretched, his arms were stretched, and we just hugged, we embraced. We spudded each other. He's looked at me, he goes, oh man, you look so cool. And I went, thank you. And your hair. And I went, okay, yeah. He goes, who did your hair? I got my cousin. Yeah, man. Keep it in the family, man. Keep it in the family. And I didn't even realize how many people were taking pictures of us embracing that moment. I was lost.
Yes, as you should. That's a great thing, though. You just were able to live in the moment, and that's what's great.
He spent so much time with me that his own PA goes, excuse me, you've got other interviews to do, sir, and we're running behind on schedule. And he goes, yeah, 5 more minutes. And when he said that, I went, You said you tell you
But it's
5 more
so
minutes.
important, and that's what that moment represents. Is why representation matters so much.
Yo.
Because he was taken such aback by that, by seeing another black man in the character what he's playing in this movie,
Yeah.
and that's why it's so important.
Yeah,
So important.
I had fun with that cosplay. Or I would say that's one of my favorite cosplays because not that he signed it. But
What? Okay.
Yeah.
Frame it. Don't wear that again.
No, I already took off the segment that he signed on. Trust me, that's in a glass case.
Oh, sick.
yeah.
Okay, yeah.
But
yeah.
also, it was that what it represents and what it mattered to me. Because at the time when I first saw Jonathon Majors play that character, I just said to myself, I want that cosplay. And I spoke with Troy. Me and him went back and forth with ideas, and we take my measurements and stuff like that. And we tried it on. When I first took a picture of me in that suit, people went, Michael, it's January. How have you got that already? It doesn't make sense. Like, the film's not even out yet. And in my head, I think to myself, I don't care. And I was so happy with having this suit, walking around with it, doing photo shoots. So, yeah, Jonathon Majors, I would say he's the highlight of my 2023 so far.
Nice. So, one last thing on comic books. I want to get your opinion on Wakanda Forever.
Yeah.
So, my unpopular opinion is it's a 6 out of 10. Most people look at me like, what do you mean? Look, I feel like it was underwhelming. So what is your thoughts on it? Because you are the comic connoisseur, you know the full story of Black Panther. Now, we had obviously certain unfortunate circumstances with Chadwick passing, but what do you think of the film?
I agree with you, 6 out of 10.
Okay.
So it's not like I disagree. Obviously, like, this is why I say it's 6 out of 10. Obviously, the given circumstances of what they had and everything like that. And yes, for all of us, it's still a touchy moment for us because we watch. This is a tribute to Chadwick. That's what the film is. It's a tribute to him. That's what people probably rate it high and everything.
Yeah.
And that's what it is, the given circumstances. Now, if Chadwick was alive, that film will be higher.
Yes.
And don't get it twisted as well. Yes, we're having people like Angela Bassett winning awards for her performance.
That was great. Like that scene, she stole. Like she deserved everything.
I'm not denying none of that. I don't disregard of it. You know what I mean? But overall, that film is a 6 out of 10.
Thank you.
And I'm not even saying that because Michael, you're hating. No, it's nothing to do with that at all. I'm just stating facts. Like if you compare it to other films, other Marvel films. Man, if you compare it to the first Black Panther film,
come on,
it's below.
This is what I'm saying.
It's below. You know what I mean? Because like, let's be realistic. There. If I play devil's advocate, Captain America, the first Avenger, was dead. 5 out of 10, 4 out of 10 people were giving it and stuff like that because they weren't even enjoying it. Now, when he came Captain America Winter Soldier now, the second one, it lifted now. Everyone was like, ooh, I like this film. And they enjoyed it. Yes. Now we're expecting the same. Like for me, when I'm seeing representation of it, yes, black superheroes in Africa doing their thing. I'm there. Perfect. I'm seeing it being represented, and I'm happy for that. But in terms of how it was like executed overall, no,
I totally agree. Because I was very skeptical when loads of people who were getting like invited to private screenings and stuff, they were like, oh my gosh, it was so amazing, you know, the tribute to Chadwick, it made me cry. But I was like, so what about the story? Nobody's talking about the story. Fine, the tribute was fine. I didn't understand why people were crying. I was like, it's not that deep. But then when it came to the story, that's what was lacking. I feel like they had such an important moment, or there was such, not even important, but there was a lot of potential when it came to, you know how they have the US government who were upset with Wakanda not using their vibranium and shit. That could have been a great thing of where you guys joke about colonizer. If you had the US government trying to attack Wakanda and then the water people, I can't remember their names.
The Talakans.
There we go.
Originally supposed to be called the Atlanteans, but they're not called Atlanteans because it doesn't want to clash with Aquaman, so that's why they call them Talakan.
Okay,
they made that whole place up.
Oh, see, this is what I'm saying. See, that's why I love Michael. He just drops the knowledge. And then, so okay, cool. You had the Talakans and the Wakandans like beefing at the beginning, cool. Yeah. But then I would have loved it if they came together. Yeah. To then defeat the US government. Now that would have been reparations, the kind of reparations we won for like the slavery and all that kind of stuff. That would have made a better story, in my opinion.
Technically, my funny you're saying that, yeah,
Okay.
because they're coming out with a film called Thunderbolts next year,
Okay.
and that's what my theory is based off.
Oh, interesting.
They're going to basically evade Wakanda and try to steal the vibranium from themselves.
But that I just felt like that would have been such a better storyline.
Yeah.
And my unpopular opinion is that I don't feel like Shuri has enough swag, charisma to pull off Black Panther.
No, not Shuri. Letitia Wright. Let's be realistic.
I was trying to be polite.
No. Let's be realistic here.
Yeah.
Because when I look at her, Letitia Wright, I'm like, no, I don't see it, and that's not me hating. That's me seeing from what I'm seeing. Yeah. If I'm like in the comics now, Shuri, yeah, she's not even one of the top intelligent people in the whole MCU. When I mean MCU, I'm talking about Marvel Comic Universe, not Marvel Cinematic Universe. There's a difference. But she's not the intelligent one of all. It's actually T'Challa. You know what I mean? She's more battle hardened and battle ready in comparison to T'Challa. Well, same as or probably more than T'Challa.
Right.
That's why she goes, I deserve to be Black Panther because not because
Sure.
yeah, because even though I'm a woman, I still could do X, Y, and Z, A, B, and C. And originally in the comics, Bass didn't find her worthy. You know what I mean? And they give her the abilities and powers of the Black Panther. And until she was willing to sacrifice her life to save it all, that's when Bass gave her the abilities.
Right.
You know, that for me, that
would have been sick.
Yeah.
But that's what I hate about these comic movies, where they just kind of go off in this left field, and it's like the comic has great storylines right there. So, but yeah,
I say it all the time, but at the end of the day, look, they can divulge, they can do things that I probably won't expect, and I live with that now. But I like that, and some of them, some of those things, some of the films that are not based off the comics, 100%, I still love. Because think of it this way: back in my day, seeing a comic book film was like once every 10 years.
True.
Like, think of it, I'm gripping a generation of X-Men.
Yeah. It's only since, let's keep it real, it's only since 2012 where we've had consistent comic books.
Thank you.
From Avengers, that's when they just really tapped
Just
into
rolling
that market.
out.
Yeah, that's why they're like the highest grossing films now.
Yeah.
So, but it's good to hear that we're on the same page with Wakanda, because that was my thoughts too.
Yeah.
And so my theory for the third one is that it's gonna be another time jump, right? And then they're gonna make it that it's like ushering his son as the new Black Panther.
Okay.
That's why I think the third one's gonna be, because they just,
I don't think they're gonna do a time jump. I don't think they're gonna rush that at all. I reckon they're gonna leave Shuri in that throne area at the time. Let her enjoy her be the queen of Wakanda and whatnot.
Okay.
And and we're gonna see more of the story of Shuri this time.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I don't reckon they're gonna rush it. If they do that, it's only through like Secret Wars where he goes, "Oh, hi, auntie," and it's a older version of him, but he's going back to his own realm. You know what I mean? But it won't be,
All right. Well, we'll see. Because they haven't even announced when the third one's coming out yet.
Of course not.
So we'll see what Ryan Coogler is like cooking up now and stuff like that. So let's
hire me, Ryan Coogler. Hire me.
As you should. Listen, at least just a little small role. Like, come on now.
I'll be down for that.
Exactly. So speaking of hiring you as an actor, so how did you get started as an actor?
So, again, reading comic books, I was reenacting everything I was watching everything I was reading. So I remember reading Spider-Man and Black Panther, and I was just reenacting those action parts of the comics with my younger brother, and I was just trying to replay it as well. I even went gymnastics because of that.
Oh wow! Okay.
Yeah, I did it from the age of a young age, from I think 8 or 9 to the age of 15. Just so I can just move around and feel like, oh yeah, I could be a superhero too. And I feel like when they hire me to be in a film, I could do that. But my first taste of acting was in year 6 when I was 11, and I did a place in primary school. And when I did all that, everyone was singing and dancing, and I just thought, let me just show them my acrobatics.
Yes.
I did that now, and I caught everyone's attention as well as me acting. I thought it was like, oh, everyone likes me. Okay. My parents didn't come to watch me or anything, but I got to do something that I found again that was nothing related to comics. And I went, okay. Then from there, it just grew slowly but surely. And I was going to acting classes or workshops and stuff until eventually,
Nice, nice. So, like, where do you think your acting career is going? Because you've got your passion for your comics and acting. So, like,
Yeah.
do you want to tie them in, or do you want to be completely different to that and then do roles that challenge you as an actor, where you are taken out of your comfort zone as well?
Yeah, I like things that take me out of my comfort zone, because that's how you grow. If you don't do things that take you out of your comfort zone, you don't grow. And that's why I'm known as a comic connoisseur, because that's something that I do and I'm passionate about, but also I do acting as well. So when I'm auditioning and stuff, they go, "Oh, so what have you done lately?" I remember I went to one audition years back. I go, "Oh yeah, I've done my show." She goes, "What show was that?" I told her, "Oh yeah, I had my own show, Comic Consultant, and I've done this and that." And the woman was looked at me thinking, "Huh? You got your own show?" And she was just like baffed, because usually people will say, "Oh yeah, I've done this audition and I didn't get it for this," or people will say, "Oh, I haven't done nothing of lately. I haven't been working for a while, so this is my first audition in a long while."
Yeah.
But when I'm actually telling this to casting director, "This is what I've done of recent," she's looking at me thinking, "Wow, where have you got the time?" You see what I'm saying? And that for me was good. But yeah, because speaking of which, I'm looking to do a film later on this year called Punching Bag. And that's a boxing film about like the social aspects of mental health, but how boxing conveys me through it, or shall I say, boxing is the therapy that helps me get through it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was just about to ask you about that, because you were just training, doing your boxing for that now. So I know you probably can't give away too much of the film, but it's directed by Rob Ailing. He's an amazing director.
Yes.
And it's a brilliant film called Batman, and he's
Yeah.
a huge comic fan like yourself. So it's great to see how you two are coming together to do a project like that. So I'm looking forward to seeing all of the influences from your comic book, fantasies, but also just blending it in, because there's nothing wrong with taking, both elements of that, because that's what they did with the Batman film with Robert Pattinson.
Yeah.
Now, I didn't like that film.
Oh wow.
No, I didn't like it. I didn't like it because it just felt like, oh, let's do a detective story and put Batman into it. That's what it was. So,
Fun fact: Batman is a detective.
yes, but that film just felt. It didn't feel like Batman. It just felt like those crime dramas you watch on ITV, and they just plot Batman in it. And I'm just like, this Batman, I didn't want to inspire to this Batman. I didn't feel like he had.
Do you see? But think of it this way, yeah.
And Zoe Kravitz as Catwoman was dead. I'm sorry.
Okay. Look at Batman here. Yeah, there's comics of Batman called. There's Batman.
Yeah.
There's also Brave and the Bold. There's also Detective Comics.
Yeah.
And most of the time in the film, you hear the voiceover of Batman talking.
Yeah.
Just like how in the comics is you hear Batman. 3 August 203.
Yeah.
It's exactly the same. It's given that the noir aspect, and that's what Detective Comics is like.
But
so when Matt Reeves has actually done the aspect of Batman in that particular way, for me that made sense, because he's actually a detective first. And all that action stuff that you see is more or less a side effect of him.
Okay, fine.
You see what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, I get it. But I just felt like maybe for me, I just felt like the story was lacking in that film. As I said, Catwoman, listen, I was like, give this girl some therapy. Like, she was there lip-syncing up Robert Pattinson in the movie 5 minutes after knowing him. I was like, this is too much. So I was like, nah, I just couldn't get into it.
Okay.
But it'll be great to see where you guys take that film.
Yeah, with Rob, I trust him, because when he done Living in Crime Alley, before that, fun fact, he saw my show Comic Consultants on Facebook Watch. And he liked that and everything, and that's how he reached out to me. That's how I first got in contact with him.
Okay.
So this was back in 2018. He goes, "Oh yeah, I've done these scripts, but I'm not going to film it." And he gave it to me to read, which was Living in Crime Alley.
Okay.
I read it. First thing I went to him was like, "Brother, why are you not making this? You've got gold hair, and you're telling me you're not making this?" And he goes, "Yeah, I'm not looking to do it, so whatsoever." I go, "Nah. You need to make this. You need to make this." He made it eventually.
And look at it. It's got like 1 million views on YouTube.
He's made awards upon
countless awards.
Internationally, not just nationally.
Yes, I know. He's done
Living in Crime Alley is brilliant. And he's also a documentary called Hands as well.
Yes,
that was a brilliant one as well. That's more close to home because it's about
during the pandemic.
Yeah,
and he directed on Dreaming of Us Black, the web
series, which
is now obviously
Rob is a fantastic cinematographer, filmmaker. He's a brilliant man. And the fact that we have comics, we love comics, is amazing. We have spoken about a punching bag, and we're bringing elements of my story to this as well as his story to this. And for me, this is interesting now because I haven't done something this big in a long while. So I'm putting my all to this. I'm excited because I've been boxing since 2011. So I get to show my boxing prowess and show this skill, my acting as well. I get to bring two things that I enjoy, boxing and acting, added to this element of it. And what I've seen for what Rob has shown me on the storyboard and for what I've read of the scripts, guys, be prepared. Be prepared. It's that's all I'm gonna say. Okay. But I'm excited. I'm excited.
I'm looking forward to it. Looking forward to it. Good. So what's next? What else can you share? What's coming up? Because I know you're going to be at the next premiere anyway.
Okay, so what's next for me? So currently at the moment, I'm looking to do. I've got a few interviews coming up because of that Jonathon Majors meeting between me and Jonathon Majors, that went viral. So now a lot of people want to interview me and stuff. I have recently had a magazine interview that came out this week by Spellbound magazine. It was a great spread, and also I'm on the front cover with the magazine as well, which is great. Wow,
that's amazing.
Few projects I'm looking to do. I'm getting a few cosplays coming out very soon as well. So I'll be at Comic Con. The MCM Comic Con in May in London, and also October. I'll be to that one too. A few auditions that have been lined up for me, and I'm still. It's funny you say this, but I'm still looking to get my show as the Comic Connoisseur up and running. I'm still looking to do that show, and I feel like I feel like it's ready to be on television because there's nothing like this out on television.
No.
Yeah. So I've done the homework already a long time ago. It's there.
We just need the money.
Yeah.
Give Michael money. Okay. Give him funding and then we can just do it.
Trust me, it's ready. I'm more than ready. More than ready to have fun. And comics is not just the comic books. It's a whole range of things, which I told you back then.
Yes.
You just thought, where could this go? When I started breaking it down to you at the time, I remember
this.
Yeah. You was like, oh, wow, we can go actually quite far with this. So, I feel like it can. I'm also working on looking to do a documentary series as well about heroes that look like us.
I remember you've been working on this for a while. You told me about this. You pitched me this. But it's like, again, the money. As you know, as being an independent filmmaker, and it's just about getting the funding and stuff like that. And you have a lot of ideas, and I don't understand why you're just not getting commissioned. I don't know why people aren't tapping into this, because there's so many stories to tell. And because your knowledge of comic books, like, you could tell such a great story, but also it can just hopefully lead to more commissions of other amazing things, because like you said, all of these different comic books, what you read, the 57,000 that you have, there's a lot of diversity there as well. There's so many black superheroes, there's so many Asian ones, there's so many Latin ones, there's so many, and comic books are coming out every year. It's not about the ones who were in 1930s, because that's one thing I would like to ask you. Do you think it's time to hang up the ones we've had from the 1950s and whatever, and usher in the new one? You've got the one on Amazon Prime. It's Invincible.
That came out in 2003. I've got that whole collection at home as well.
Brilliant.
Again, that's the reason why that's with a different comic book publisher. That's with Image Comics,
and that's not even Marvel, DC. There's so many others.
There's so many different publications out there, and for me personally, no, I don't reckon they should hang up the old ones. Reason being, people don't like change. True. So cool. We don't give them change, because I remember when there was a whole uproar when there was when they done Miles Morales.
I remember that. And didn't Miles come out in 2011?
Thank you. So when that uproar happened, that all started from Charles Gambino.
I remember.
He went to audition for Amazing Spider-Man, and he goes, "Sorry, Peter Parker's white. Hey, well, can't he be black?" And that inspired Michael Brian Bendis. You know what I mean?
Yes,
so Brian Michael Bendis and Sarah Pacelli, basically those are the co-creators of Miles Morales. She's the artist, he was the writer, and they made a brilliant story from that.
Yes.
And even that alone, Miles has now got his own film, which has won Oscars, by the way.
But Into the Spider-Verse is brilliant. Okay.
Yes.
Brilliant.
Yes.
No one can tell me nothing. Yeah.
So for me, I thought to myself, they both can exist in the same plane or whatsoever.
Okay.
I don't mind, because at the end of the day, there's diversity. Heroes touches everyone one way or another. Even back in 2019, I don't know. I got on a dare. Someone said to me, "Oh, Michael, I don't know. There's not only about 5 black superheroes out here. Like, can you just tell us about it?" I go, "What? There's actually more." They go, "No, there isn't." I go, "Yeah, okay." They said to me, "I bet you, yeah, Michael, for Black History Month in October, not February, I want you to do a black superhero every day for that month." I go, "Is that it?" That's what I said to them. "Is that it?" He goes, "Yeah." Okay, cool, done.
Yeah.
If you saw, and this was at the time, it was done. This bit was done in early September. I did that without flinching.
See?
Without flinching. And the thing is that I had a list of 300 black superheroes.
Wow.
I only done 31.
Wow.
You see what I'm saying? And there's even more coming out. Comics come out every on a weekly basis. New stories, new characters, everything comes out. Everything. There's nothing new underneath the sun. Put it that way. But I see it as this. There's a hero. There's a character for everyone. Some of the characters are new. Some of the characters are old. Some characters get mentioned but don't really get that in depth knowledge about. But there's a character for everyone. Like for example, Blue Beetle. That's coming out in August this year. Now, there's 3 different versions of Blue Beetle. Oh. The film that we're seeing is the Latin guy, Jamie Reyes.
Yeah.
There's the other 2. There's one called Dan Garnett, and the other one's called Ted Cord. 2 white guys. You understand?
Yeah.
But the thing is, Jamie Reyes one is much more interesting in comparison to the other 2. But people don't know that. People remember the Jamie Reyes one because of the animation and also something they've seen on comics.
Yeah.
But people's minds are blown, thinking, "What? Oh my god!"
Yeah.
We can go back about this for time. You know what I mean? Characters. This is what I like about it, because there's heroes and villains. The history behind it all is rich. It's beautiful. Even people that make up new characters and make up their own comic book publication. I love that, because all you're doing is giving me more stories to read to the next generation, and to share that as well, because it's rich. Because for me, how can I say this now? Comics are not dying; they're not dead. People can still buy them. People buy mangas. People buy comics. People buy magazines. It's still alive, and the only people that can keep it alive is not just the old generation, but the young as well.
Very true.
And I do the best I can to share that knowledge and share my passion, because at the end of the day, like, people will ask me, "Oh yeah, where can I go to dress up?" They feel like, "Don't you feel silly, Michael, dressing up and stuff?" No. Why? Because I'm enjoying myself. Yeah. I'm having fun. You know what I mean? When people go to carnival and stuff like that,
true.
Do you feel silly when you're in your carnival outfit? No, you're enjoying yourself. You're having fun. You're in your element. You're sharing your passion.
Yeah.
And that passion that you share or people can see in you is infectious. So people want to get involved in that too. It's a big thing. So yeah.
So would you write your own comic book?
Oh, I haven't got the patience to do that. I can sit down for probably like 2 minutes and I get up, because I'm always moving around. I can't help it.
Can't you find somebody like a writer to co-write with you or something like that?
Maybe.
Because I'm sorry, listen, I don't know why you're not capitalizing on your talent and your knowledge and your passion for this, okay?
Well, I'm capitalizing it in the way I feel like I could do it the best way.
Yeah.
Having my own show.
I feel like you could do that as well. You can have your own show and have your own comic book.
Maybe. Okay. I'll take that in consideration. Once okay, cool. You know what? I'll take that in consideration. Yeah,
because there's many ways. I was working on a comic book actually last year.
Yeah, you did bring me in.
Well, I got scammed I was doing a pilot and then I got scammed by somebody on Fiverr and they did a terrible job with it and I couldn't get my money back. So it just made me give up on it.
Okay.
So yeah, I was just doing like a template so I could get investors and take it from there. But I just decided to put that in the back burner for now. But so where can people find you and see all your videos and all the knowledge what you have? Because you do go viral every day.
I don't go viral every day. I'm not. Trust me. But
you've been viral a good few times.
Yeah. You can find me on Instagram, which is Michael Ajih, MICHAELAJIH. You can find me on TikTok on the same thing as my IG, and you can find me on Twitter, which is I am Michael Ajih, which is IAMMICHAELAJIH. I can't believe I just remember that on top of my head so easily. But yeah.
Good. Well, thanks again, Michael, for coming on the show. It was great to have you talk all things comic and being an actor and stuff like that. So it was really good to catch up.
Well, thanks for helping me. Well, not helping me, but having me on your show for one. This is your third season. I was oblivious about. Clearly, I've been living in my own comic book realm. So thank you, Kashif. I really do appreciate it. And it's been fun, very chilled. And guys, I will be back, and I will get you all. Enjoy the show.
And on that note, thank you guys for listening. You can follow me all on my user socials. You know them. There's a bunch of them. Stay tuned for the episodes coming soon.